to the ground. Ain't no need to call for help, cause ain't no telephones around. Just saying, fucking man, in your motherfucking ass, laying body down. Sippy underneath the grab where the bugs
crawl through the porch and they eat at you. Putting several round in your gown, in your weekend crew. Know you playing tough, you know killer, I can see your trick. Desecrate your body brutally with a hollow tip. You so open, captain, motherfucker, blew your face. Oh, episode, oh, ready, now let's kick this shit. Oh, you gon' hear the sound
deeply into the necks of their victims. As they gorge on blood, warm human blood.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to 2024. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Kicking off the year on the right note, I see. Forgetting to unmute myself. Oh, I unmuted myself in one spot, but there's two spots you have to do it on YouTube, so that's funny. But yeah, kicking off the year on the right note, guys. We would much rather see the market be running to the upside. I cannot believe that the SPY is not opening somewhere around like 474, 475, 476. No, we're opening all the way down around 472 today. That was insane. Apple's been downgraded by Barclays. That has been the main thing causing the market to dip here. And the article with Barclays is pretty important. You know, they're citing weakening iPhone 15 sales. And then we go in and we look at iPhone 16, and they're kind of looking at that, saying that since the 15 is weakening a little bit, that the 16 obviously will be weakened a little bit too. And then also, you know, just China actually banned the iPhone from being used by their government workers. So I'm pretty curious whether or not that negativity in China will really stick. Because, you know, keep in mind that China and the United States have been having increased tensions lately, so if they try to go against the iPhone pretty hard, that could hit Apple with quite a bit of sales. So I'm really hoping that they, you know, can get those sales back in China and keep things going. But wow, I mean, pretty bad drop this morning by Apple, and we're definitely kicking the year off on the right note, aren't we, guys? Aren't we? It's perfect. Anyone getting Apple puts? Good morning, Joe. Appreciate you. Evernight, Jason, Jamie, Xbox, Amber, Oscar. Man, Christian, Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope you guys had a great long weekend. It feels so weird whenever there's a long weekend like that. Like today's Tuesday. It throws me off for the whole week. So I'll probably be thinking tomorrow's Tuesday. So be ready for that. Riot, Xbox said. Yeah, Coinbase, Riot, Mara. I'm surprised that these things did not open higher. You know, they did, but they kind of sold back off. It would have been pretty cool to see them hold that ground. Like Coinbase opened pre-market around 187, 186. Now it's all the way back down to where it closed at on Friday. Riot and Mara were very similar. They didn't fall back as much, though, like Riot tried. Mara is still holding fairly higher, too, so at least that's good to see. Let's do a quick Bitcoin recap, because it was actually pretty good over the weekend, guys. Look at these daily charts of Bitcoin here. This is Tuesday today. I mean, that is one hell of a green candle. We're actually breaking out. So go Bitcoin, breaking out. And yesterday's candle, which was Monday, you know, when the U.S. market was closed, Bitcoin started extending up towards recent highs. And then today really blasted up. So we're seeing Bitcoin move quite a bit. Like I said, I'm surprised that Coinbase and Mara and Riot aren't as high as as I would have expected. Maybe Coinbase will start to bounce off of support and move back up intraday. It's going to be a tough one to play, though. It's a tough stock after it fell down like that this morning. That's pretty whack, but what's up, Outlaw? Appreciate you joining up today. Let's bring that watch list up. Moderna's leading the way, but we have a win just under that. And guess what else? We have Exxon and Mobil, ZOM, coming back to the upside there. Nice, ZOM. We've been holding some ZOM for a little while, and I'm kind of glad to see it running back up like that. Good job. Come on, ZOM. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm coming back. Coming back from the dead. At least a little bit. Good job, though, Zom. Back up to 101.23. It hit 100 on Friday and held its ground right around there, so that was good to see. Let's see how crude oil itself's looking to start the year. Ooh, actually falling off a little bit. I'll say this, it's up overall, but man, that's a pretty bad move this morning. We'll have to see how that affects these oil stocks if it does. Looks like Zom doesn't really care for some reason. Oxy's not really getting that good movement though. Interesting, Zom. Go back to the daily. Nice. It's a good uptrend to see start. Let's hope that keeps up. Right. Get back to that watch list. What do we got on the side? You know it's a weird day when Target's up around the top. That's a bit of a weird day. The start of 2024 is not the best, guys. I mean, the majority of the stocks are definitely down into the red. Wow, Rivian down quite a bit. I know a lot of these EV companies reported numbers over the weekend. NIO reported some numbers. They're actually tanking back down, sadly, for anyone holding that NIO swing. Not the best now. Wow. Yeah, it's coming down pretty quick, pretty hard. I know DraftKings is down today. My account shows. Yep. down pretty well. About a point this morning to the downside. Love, Penn, all down. Disney is down a little bit. Zom's the only thing moving up for me today. Oh, Kraft is up a little bit. I know Kraft has been recovering pretty well. I know a few of you guys have followed Kraft. Every time it dips down below like 32, it becomes like a buy and it usually comes back pretty well. Nice to see it this time. Thanks for joining up today, though, guys. I know it's gonna be a slow start to 2024 here. Everyone's still trying to come off the holidays yesterday. Bring up that watch list. Let me know what stocks you guys are looking at, too. Be interested to see those. Let's see gold and silver today. They actually are looking pretty good, I have a feeling. Yeah, not bad. Gold's holding its ground. It's not like it's exploding. GDX, the gold mining stock. We talked about this one yesterday with having a big money play on it. Out to the 33 strike calls for February 16th of 2024. So out to February, 33 strike, which is a little bit above where we are, but not too high. I bought Tesla calls and I am down big on them, Jane said. Oof. Yeah, Tesla's just having a lot of issues right here. It's showing a lot of negativity, even on like a charting standpoint. It just is not getting the type of bullish price action that I was hoping for. I was really hoping for a breakout on Thursday or Friday of last week, but we ended up getting that huge rejection coming in at 265 and never got back up through there once we blasted down back under 260, and it's just been extremely negative since then. I've been watching this longer term trend on Tesla because, like, if we zoom out, you know, the setup is pretty negative over the past 2 years. You know, it's been pretty much straight down for Tesla. There's been a little bit of uptrend like the past couple months, but other than that, not really anything. And the problem is that, you know, it looks like it extended above the trend, and just like it did before, just barely above the trend and right back down under it again. Hopefully, it can bounce off support here soon, or else that would suck if it truly started to trade back down off this trend. Because, like, if we got a true move off the trend and back down, like, it could probably fall pretty dang far. So I'm really hoping that that's not the case. And I would think, with given the truck and everything, that they have a better possibility of holding up. So thank God it's just not a bunch of lost production. Meta under 349. Yeah, Meta's a pretty good play to the downside here today, I got a feeling. I like to see it break 350 today. falling down to 347.48. It's one of those overextended tech stocks that I think a lot of people should be looking at to the downside. So looking good on Meta. Wow, Meta's looking good. How's SPY? Oh man, trying to retest the lows of pre-market again. Watch 461 or 471.60. Definitely has to be on watch here. Ooh, Tesla's hurting. Wow, Tesla's got a few of you guys right now. Yeah, be careful with Tesla. Seems like it's really rejecting back. Hey, let's go, Mason. Let's go. Smash up that like button, guys. Come on. Let's get those vibes going well for 2024. Smash it up.
All right, all right, all right.
Oh, see, now you guys gotta hit it. Wow, Tesla just made a new low of the morning. Down under the low of pre-market, under 245 now. Dang. I wonder how low it can get today. That is one hell of a move. Let's eye up some supports coming up. I know Tesla's one of your guys' favorites for the most part. Yeah, this 245 area was pretty big support, so we'll have to see if it can hold or not. I'm also watching like right around 242 and then 240. So 242 and 240 under here. Let me get my book map open. Effing Tesla. Excuse me, guys. Sheesh. I am not built for the cold. Just to say that. How cold is it by me? 28. Not too bad, but pretty dang cold overall, though. I'm in Tesla and Meta puts, Jamie said. Nice, Jamie. Great job being adaptable and adapting into those today. Like to see it. I'm gonna bring up Tessie here on the book map. If you guys haven't ever seen the platform, this is the actual book map platform. It's pretty cool. Very quick data. Watch those orders come in and out of the market as they come in. You can see some of this data on a level 2, but nothing like on here. Really good visualizations. Make sure you get all the data too. Nice, so Tesla looks like 244 is pretty decent support here. There was a lot of buyers stacked up at 245, so maybe we'll hold right around here too. Seems like a pretty big area of support, but man, it's starting to look pretty rough on this intraday chart though, I'll give it that. That is a weird move today on a 15-minute. Even on a 1-minute chart, that is just... Huh. How's BABA looking? How are the China stocks? Ooh, falling down, I guess, with the China news. Yeah, President Xi just keeps coming out, and they just keep talking about taking Taiwan. He says it's inevitable that they take it. I mean, looks like they have it in their... they have it pretty set in stone, it sounds like, so... That's going to be a really weird situation. I brought up on the video last night, like, maybe there could be a way where they vote in Taiwan and they want to join China or something. I would really doubt that that happens, but, I mean, it's really weird, right? Like, it's such a weird situation. I feel like that would be really hard for China to run in there and take that. Don't you guys? I just feel like it would be a really tough thing to do for China, but... Check on coin, C-O-I-N. Let's check it. Yeah, coin's fallen off pretty hard, down to like 170, 171. It definitely fell under that low of yesterday, or I should say low of Friday. Yeah, right around like 171. So, yeah, now it's down around 170. Definitely a big area of support. Seems like it might keep going down. Now, Coinbase has been doing so well lately, guys. I mean, it's been even outperforming Bitcoin, I believe. So, pretty nuts. From October 30th to now, Coinbase, let's get the percentage. Go to the high. It was up 165%. Bitcoin, now I know that they're different. You know, they're not 100% the same, but just to have a little bit of comparison. So I said October 30th, I believe. Bitcoin's up like 33%. So I'll give it that. Bitcoin's even up a lot, but nothing like this. I mean, we're talking in 2 months, the stock's up 165%. It's gonna have big moves down like this. So be very careful, especially up here around the top. This is usually where a lot of the, I would say, beginner traders start really like wanting to hop onto these stocks, are usually like when they get to these euphoric levels like this. They usually don't like to hop in them too much when they're pretty low and starting to move. Usually always at the top, so be a little wary up here. I always say the more popular it becomes, the scarier it becomes, usually. Especially if it's already up like 200%. Speaking of overextended stocks, Nvidia is even tanking down today pretty hard. Really trading down under 490. Wow. That's a big dip. All the way down to 480 now today. That is quite the move. Quite the move back. And look at this on a daily chart, guys. Like, just look at how wild this is. We're talking like Meta's triple topping up here at the top. Triple topping. Let me get some of these trend lines off of here, so it doesn't look quite as much like a Christmas tree. Uh-oh. Hey, Kevin, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you. Alaskan Sauce says it's colder there than here. What? Are you in Alaska? No way. It's colder in Missouri than Alaska. What? Xbox said Apple. Yeah, let's see. AAPL, that was a big gap on Apple's chart. Whenever we look at that on the daily, that looks rough, guys. Look at the last time Apple gapped like this. They actually fell quite a bit there following that initial gap. So I'm wondering if they'll do that again. You know, they're literally right at the same exact price that they gapped below last time. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Like, literally the same exact price. It formed the gap in the same exact little range. It's weird. And it's double topping, which is worrying me for the SPY. Don't forget, guys, I keep talking about this possible SPY double top coming in. We got to be careful of that in 2024. Now, look, even if it breaks and it's not a true double top, you know, we might just chop around for like a couple months before finally breaking, right? Like, it's not just going to be all sunshine and rainbows all the time. So be ready for that. We actually had a really cool chart from last night's video that showed election years. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but it was a cool one. Let me see if I can get that up again real quick. I loved it. All right, I got it, right? Here it should be. Nope. Last one. There it is. So here's the election year chart. You guys can see where it says eek right there, like they're scared. Look at how during election years, the market generally dips from February to March. Or February to April, I should say. And that main dip happens in March, though, but that is pretty interesting here. Wow, it's 33 there. That's insane, Alaska. That is insane. It is colder here. It's 28. That's really weird. Tesla getting boost. There is hope. Yeah, there is some hope. This is pretty cool, though, with the election year. Wow, it's 32 in Dallas, Texas. That's pretty cold. I would have thought it would have been much less cold there. Much hotter, I guess. Ugh. I can't talk when it's cold out. Awful. Thoughts on MSTR? Let's see. MicroStrategy. Nice gap up today. Man, looking at the daily, they are on something right now, aren't they? Wow. Why are they doing so good? If you have like a little rundown on why they're popping so much, let me know in the chat. Curious what you guys have been looking at for this one. It's not one that like I followed super closely, but I've seen a lot of hype with it lately. But is this like a crypto stock? Is this like the big miner out there? They provide business intelligence, mobile software, and cloud-based services. I keep seeing them like moving kind of with crypto, so. I would have assumed they were doing something with crypto. Citigroup, wow, yeah. Nice. Wow, is that a new high of the year? Damn, Sean, wow is right. Well, I guess it's 2024 now. Now everything's gonna be a new high of the year. That's pretty funny. But yeah, good movement by Citi. Glad to see the bank still coming back alive. Good. You know what? How's US 10Y today? Ooh, coming back up. The 10-year yield. Coming back alive. Look at that.
How dare you?
Oh, Greta don't like that, guys. She did not like that. Not one bit. Sorry, Greta. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I'll get off the rates or the yield. Sorry. She don't like seeing them. It makes her sad. Mickey Mouse already has a horror game the first day of public domain. What is that, Xbox? Already has a horror game. What's up with that? Mickey Mouse, public, what? Is that bad for Disney? Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I'm looking this up. Wow, they lost all their copyright protection. What? Look at this, guys. Steamboat Willie horror film announced as Mickey Mouse enters public domain. You know what would be kind of cool? What if Mickey Mouse entering the public domain brought like the resurgence of Mickey Mouse back? And then in turn, that actually helps Disney because then people want to go back to the parks to see Mickey Mouse, and that'd be kind of cool. I'm grasping at straws, guys, I know. But I'm just... Tesla trying to push, Andy said. TSLA. Yeah, it's trying to come back off that low. It seems like a stock that's going to be tough to play today, honestly. I'd rather keep my eyes like on Citigroup almost. Man, Win is just going off today. Why are they up so much? I gotta look this one up. WINNY. Literally no news on Thinkorswim, so maybe it's just buying pressure today. I mean, it looks like it's coming up really well off this recent dip it's been on. I'll give it that. It's been on a pretty good downtrend here. I mean, I like it. Pretty good downtrend. Coming up off the dip well. We've seen a lot of setups like this over the years where a stock will start to go on a major uptrend like this. Have a nice dip back down and then, you know, right back to the trend. And I feel like that's kind of what it's doing right now. Kind of continuing up on the trend. I like the movement though. Good job, Win. If you guys saw that on Win, it was just an old... It was like an old big money play. Why are health stocks leading the watch list? Yeah, I don't usually look at healthcare stocks too much, but yeah, UNH is doing good. How about Pfizer? Nice. Moderna. Yeah, they're doing really good today. Wow, holy shit. Moderna's no joke, guys. Wow. Wow. I would assume it's something... Oh, wow. Well, Moderna just got upgraded to outperform at Oppenheimer. Wow. That's pretty good. So the CEO of Moderna actually put out a statement in their shareholder letter and said that because of their RSV vaccine candidate, flu and COVID combination, they believe they'll see sales growth in 2025. So I guess people are looking out to the future with Moderna. Trading it back up. Now, I don't know why the others are up as much, like Pfizer. That's interesting, though. Oppenheimer upgrades them after having a very shitty year. I mean, that was like one of the worst years in a while for Moderna, so weird to see him get an upgrade right there, but maybe Oppenheimer's trying to swoop in here on the bottom, you know? Not a bad idea, Oppenheimer. Especially if they see something in the background of that business that maybe, you know, we don't see. You know, like they probably know a lot more about these vaccines and helping them with the revenue over the next couple years, a lot more than what I would know. That is one hell of a move though, guys. Wow. I mean, that is... What is Cigna? CI, okay. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good movement by them. When I think of healthcare, I generally look at UNH, Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J. Those are mainly the ones that I eye up. Johnson & Johnson's having one hell of a day too. Wow. I believe, yeah, look at this, guys. These stocks also have a very weak correlation to the S&P 500. So keep in mind, like, as the market falls, that just helps these stocks. It don't help them, but we might start to see a rotation. Maybe out of stuff like Nvidia, which is way overextended, and into stuff like Johnson & Johnson. You know, stuff like Moderna. Pfizer even. I think we're starting to see that happen here in the market. Maybe not just Moderna, but, you know, everything. I'm approved for level 3 options on Robinhood now. Should I be worried? Just don't be selling any naked covered calls. As long as you always have the shares to back it up and you're selling it higher than you bought it, you're pretty good. Just make sure you really research what you're doing out there, Xbox. Should I just sell my Neo calls if I'm down 20%? Ah, that's a tough one. When do they expire? If it's the ones out to June, I don't think I would yet. I wouldn't do it yet, but... LVS and VZ, Vincent said. Okay, yeah, I would probably hold those then. Wow, LVS, let's go. Verizon, AT&T even coming up. Wow. I'll be honest, guys. AT&T is becoming very tempting down here. I mean, very tempting. In a year where, like, the market could potentially double top and have some problems breaking out, I think this is a great opportunity down here to pick up shares on T low. You know, I haven't done like a super deep dive into like the valuation of AT&T, but generally buying things on dips like this can be pretty damn good for the longer term. This would be a long-term play given their dividend and everything. Also, they hit right around support on a weekly. Very interesting with these telecommunication stocks. They always scare the bejesus out of me though. I'm always like, why would I get these if I could just buy like, you know, AMD low or something? Like, but in a year where the market's down, that could be a different story. I really like J&J, that daily on them. Johnson & Johnson. I love this stock. They go through little periods of downtrend, but it's generally just very flat to slightly up, which is good. I like it. Like, it's not going up like 200%. It's not falling like 50% either. Just nice and steady, usually. And we're coming off a pretty big dip with it, so. Very nice. Whoever brought up the health stocks needs a reward. I think Jason. Yeah, Jason. Ooh, Enphase calls on the bot. Nice, up 1.8%. Enphase is actually holding up well. They're also a stock that has been on a big dip last year, but starting to come back now a little bit. Like to see that. Yeah. Yeah, we're starting to see a bit of a rotation, I think, Prarit. We definitely are. At least in a micro level right now. As time goes on, we'll see if it becomes into a macro event. Boeing, nice. Breaking down and out of its recent range. Puts are looking pretty fire on Boeing. Nice. Love to see that. Looks like everyone moving out of tech. Yeah, I agree. How's Nvidia still looking today? Pretty rough, yeah. Meta, still rough. They finally found some bottoms, thank God, but that move down today is pretty brutal out of these stocks. Down like 5 points right now, and that's even on the comeback. Honestly, it was like a 10-point move from open. On Meta, anyways. Yeah, look at Citigroup. Holy crap. That is one hell of a move, guys. Above recent highs. Man, the banks are becoming very tempting here in the short term. Very tempting. Not sure how much more they could have left in the tank today. They're already up quite a bit overall. But I think there's some room. Still some room left. Tesla only green. Yeah, it is. Holding up high. Not bad. Plug Power coming back. That'll be nice. Wow. I think they actually have a bit of a trend line going on too. Yeah, they do. That's a pretty spot on trend line. Let's go look at it on a 15-minute. Oh, man. That is pretty spot on, guys, on Plug Power. Look at this. This has been pretty good. It's been stuck under $5 too, so we might see a $5 break on Plug sometime soon. Keep it on the radar. This is going to be a stock that'll go under the radar a little bit, but if you keep it on, you wait for that break, it could be pretty fun. Let me run and grab a water really quick, guys. I'll be right back. Give me about a minute or two. Looking good, though, Plug. I like it. Fantastic. Appreciate everybody being here, by the way. Smash that like button. Let's get some good vibes going for 2024, guys. Let's go. Come on, smash it up. Hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. We're almost to 2,000 subs, finally. All right, guys. Got my water and I'm ready to go. Bam, looking good though, Plug. That is one hell of a setup here. And one hell of a move. It is only a $5 stock though, so we got to keep that in mind. When Daddy Powell lower rates, haha, I need a boost from him. When's he gonna lower them? Yeah, let's pull up the FedWatch tool. Why not? Let's go over it real quick. All right, here's the FedWatch tool. If you guys are ever interested in it, just Google FedWatch tool and it'll come up. It's from the CME group. You can see all the probabilities and when they're looking at rate hikes and rate cuts and etc. pauses. So right now, this is what the market's pricing in. Right now, they're pricing in a 70% chance of a rate cut starting in March. So we got to watch March, Jason. That's really going to be the spot that we see that might start to really increase the volatility a little bit in either direction, right? Usually a rate cut would make the market pop up a little bit. But what I'm worried about is that they're going to be pausing, or they're set to pause in January still, and hold it at 525 to 500 basis points. Now, if they hold it here, what will the market do for a few months until March? Well, that's a tough question. You know, a lot of people would suggest it could be flat to slightly lower if they just pause it and keep it here. But you got to keep in mind that the market is also pricing in these cuts to start happening. So like a lot of this recent uptrend that we've seen with SPY is really just the market pricing in those cuts. That's really what this big uptrend has been. Now, you can argue and you can say, well, maybe SPY would need to get to 500 for it to really price in a rate cuts. Or people might argue that it maybe has been overbought. You know, maybe this 16% uptrend here was too much. You know, the market priced it in too high, maybe. People could argue. I mean, there's going to be an argument no matter what, no matter which side you look at. I'm just throwing out some hypotheticals for now. But I would say till March, the market has a good chance to go flat or sideways. And let's go ahead and look at the historical data here. It looks like February to March, into the middle of March, which is right where we'd get this, March 20th towards the end, has been a pretty big downtrend in election years. So looks like we might see a bit of a dip around that time. And then hopefully when those cuts start coming in, the market starts ripping higher again, you know. And we'll have to see what the Fed say, because we're actually going to be getting some minutes, a Fed FOMC minutes report tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Be ready for that. This will give us more insight onto how many hikes they're going to do this year, how many cuts they're going to do this year, and exactly what they're going to talk about. Sorry, I'm so used to saying hikes that I keep calling the cuts hikes, because I'm so used to saying hikes over the past 2 years. But the cuts, they might talk more about the cuts coming, but we'll get more info on that last meeting. And if you guys don't know the minutes, it's just like a recap of the last meeting. It's like a written account. A lot of meetings out there have minutes to them. A lot of them. Like I was even watching The Office the other day, and they were doing a little meeting, and the guy goes, please recount this from the minutes. And it had me laughing. I'm like, oh, that reminds me of the Fed minutes. See, all I've ever done is this, so I haven't ever had to deal with any minutes besides the Fed minutes, but man, that SPY is pretty rough. Pretty rough day overall, pretty choppy. Definitely gonna have 471.50 on watch under here. If it breaks down too hard, see some pretty big moves back. What's your thoughts on AAL? I want to grab puts. Oh, I have some airline shares. Like I've been holding LUV from the bottom around 22. So yeah, they are up quite a bit. We might see a bit of a dip here on these airlines. I could see a bit of a dip, but keep in mind that airlines have a pretty weak correlation to the SPY. So I'm curious whether or not they'll be good to go. Crude oil had a really weird candle today, didn't it? Popped up early on yesterday. And this morning, man, that is quite the sell-off today. Right around our market opening. And ZOM actually popped up, which is blowing my mind today. I mean, it's not totally blowing my mind, because ZOM doesn't always move like that, but yeah, AAL, I could see it. I could see that one being a good candidate for puts. given where it is so high. Intraday, a little iffy, but Boeing's continuing down well. Man, they broke below pre-market lows now. Boeing's having a great move down. They broke that support and looking fire there. Dang, Boeing. Look at that. I'm really hoping they can get those rates lower this year too. That would be huge for me. Hopefully, you know, they can get it nice and low and then get a house going here. With having the baby, you know, the girlfriend really wants one. Looks like everyone moving out of tech. Oh yeah, that was earlier. If you guys are seeing anything special, throw it out there. Throw it out there. Wow, CVS? I know that, I guess it's, do you guys count CVS as a healthcare stock? I guess so. Wow, this thing's been great down here off support. Man, should have been grabbing some shares on this one while it was low. It's kind of coming up like DraftKings did out of its lows. It's not the exact same, but man, pretty similar on the W kind of setup there. Wow. POL is crazy. Whoa, polished. 91% today. What the hell? Look at that 1 minute chart. Dang. Their average percent move over the past year is 10%. This must be a wild stock. It's $10, but I think it was like 10 cents a few days ago or something. What? Yeah, what the hell happened to this thing? Went from being $1 to $11. What kind of stock is this? What do they do? That is an interesting one. Nice. Crazy penny stocks. Might be fun to try to catch some momentum on sometime. Yeah, really just Plug Power and Moderna are the main stocks still continuing here. Plug is still going, 5.56%. And no, that's not 556 NATO. For all my 2A people out there. Nice though. Plug still doing well off that trend. Tesla rejected off VWAP, looking at puts. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a good way to look at it today. It's actually, yeah, hitting off VWAP, hitting right off 250. Let's go look at Bookmap. Or, as some of you guys call it, Map Book. I used to love that when you guys would do that. Yeah, Tesla rejected off 250. There's a lot of sellers stacked there. It's not a ton. It's easily breakable, given how many are there. But, gonna be a hard area. If it ain't 50 or Beowulf, I'm not interested. 50 Beowulf is a very interesting round, Xbox. I'm glad you know what that is. That's cool. Some of those new rounds are pretty interesting. I actually bought a 300 Blackout a little while ago. This is what I got. It was a CMMG Descent in 300 Blackout. Little pistol. Here, I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all built up, though, because it looks stupid, you know, at first. Here's what it really looks like. Here you go. It looks like that. It's pretty cool. CMMG is right here in my home state of Missouri, so had to go with them. Wow, Alexander Arms. Nice. I know they're a popular one. Yeah, very interesting. That's an expensive one. Although it's about the one I got though, so not too bad. Nice. Huh. I'll have to look into those. All right, Boeing still down under the trend. Looking pretty good. Rejecting under 260 today. Still has a lot of momentum. All right, got to bring up the bots. Gonna find that momentum here. Amazon puts on the bot. SM bot, that is. Wow. Looks pretty good, too. LVS calls on the bot. Yeah, LVS is still extending. Ooh, Rivian puts. What? Wow, Rivian looks rough. Look at them on the daily, too. Shit. That's a bad day. Hopefully Neo doesn't bounce like that. I need Neo to hold here at 850. That'd be nice. This is a nice support. Oh, I might have Xbox or shown it at some time in the past, but yeah, Alexander, those 50 Beowulfs look cool. I looked at them off screen for a second. How is SWBI? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Smith & Wesson, not bad. Or what about RGR? Nope. Thinks the ammo's cheaper too. Yeah. All those big rounds are so expensive, man. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. You're right, though. Why not go with the cooler one? I will say 458 SOCOM is pretty cool, but that one's always caught my eye, but that doesn't make it that good. It's always been one that I've wanted for some reason. Anything that says SOCOM in it, I want. For real. Maybe just because it sounds cool. Guess they were invented for vehicles. I don't know, Xbox. Keep in mind, 50 Beowulf, the shell, you know, it's not like that thing's gonna penetrate too well compared to like a regular 50. But, or even like a regular full-size 308, I would almost wonder if that would penetrate better than a Beowulf. Just because the Beowulf's like, you know, big and heavy and slow. I feel like it's meant really for putting things down, but I'm not sure. Gotta look into that. QQQ. Starting to trend down still today. Still just hanging around down here. I wish I had that funny meme of that guy going, just hanging around. What's that guy's name? Beetlejuice, I think. Something like that. X or US Steel should still be up around the purchase price. Yep. Not bad. How's Visa? Visa seems to be hitting like a bit of a high lately. They've been stuck. At least Bank of America is still moving, but Citigroup's like making new highs here, while like Bank of America is still down under Friday's levels. But it's coming back. It just is very stuck compared to like Citigroup, which is weird. JP Morgan is doing pretty good, about to make a new high again too. The banks have been really hot today. That's been them and the healthcare stocks. Like Pfizer's still going. Like what the? Nam said, what happened to Beetlejuice? I don't see him anymore. Yeah, I don't see him either. I really don't. It's too bad everyone's favorite stocks are kind of down in the dumps today. At least Tesla's trying to come back. Come on, Tesla, keep coming. One of its advertised uses is vehicle checkpoints. Oh, like glass would make sense. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, against normal stuff, that might be a good idea, Xbox. It'd probably be great. Yeah. When you said vehicles, I was kind of thinking like trying to shoot through like the side of a tank. You know, or like a helicopter or something. I was thinking kind of like what the BMG would be doing, but I see. That would make sense what you're saying. Totally. Even like 9mm are pretty good, so something heavy like that would probably be great for glass. You're right. Not getting deflected around. Hell, that'd even be a good hunting round then. Honestly. Going through bushes and crap. 255 on Boeing. Nice. Still falling off. All that momentum's to the downside today. I'm sorry about that, guys. Wish it wasn't the case. Tesla's trying to hold, though. You know, if Tesla breaks this high I have around 251.50, very close to it, I think they could go. They've just been stuck a little bit here, though. You all crazy. Seeing Beetlejuice. I've never seen. Oh, Xbox. Sometimes your messages get me. At first, I was like, what the? And then I'm like, oh, I see now. That's funny. Xbox is Beetlejuice. You know, that reminds me, guys, I can't wait for my daughter to drink this stuff. Have you guys ever had bug juice? This stuff is hilarious. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh. The purple bug juice. That used to be my favorite. That is funny, guys. Bug juice. No way. A 24-pack of these things costs $54, guys. Like, this is more expensive than fucking Red Bull. Like, what? Red Bull costs less. Oh, maybe I lied. These are pretty expensive on the Red Bulls. $24 cans for $38. It is cheaper. Red Bull is cheaper than that. That's weird. Jane said it looks like cancer in a bottle. What? No. I drank these all the time as a kid. It probably is what isn't cancer anymore? Everyone's so freaking worried about it. That's funny though. Bug juice. Oh shit, is this how they make it? You're right though, it definitely looks a little artificial on there. Hopefully I'm okay when I get older. That's funny. My tummy hurts looking at that. And then we got Red Bull. Which one's worse, Red Bull or that? Actually, you know what? Speaking of Red Bull, I gotta go crack one open. 1 minute again, guys. I lost my Red Bull. All right, I found it. Apparently, I set it down on some random table somewhere and forgot about it. Hey, let's go, Sniper Bot. There it is. Nice, Apple. That's cool to see. 185 strike puts on Apple. It just made a new low of day. I was about to say it broke the low of day. But yeah, made a new low, broke the low. Nice. Come on, Apple. Have a nice turnover for us here. Get down to at least 185. That would be nice. 185 at least would be cool. That'd be a first good target point, though, I'd say. Jane said, Red Bull's okay. I can't have it because of my heart condition, though. Oh, that sucks. I know, like, when I told the doctor I drank Red Bulls every day, they were like, what? They're like, you're dumb. I was like, what? He was like, they were like going on and on and on and on. I told him, though, I said, it's too good. It's too good. These new flavored ones are so good. Like this one I'm drinking today. Watermelon flavor. It has my mouth watering so much. She goes, is that different than 12 cups of coffee? Yeah. So Red Bull has this 12 fluid ounce can has 114 milligrams of caffeine. About a cup of coffee would have around like, I think like 60 to 100 grams of caffeine or milligrams, just depending on how strong it was. Normally I think like 80 is like a good midpoint, I heard, but I guess besides the chemicals, the caffeine content's fairly close, but yeah, Apple still looking pretty fire here. I like the way this thing's setting up under that low of day. Come on, Apple. How long do you think Apple will fall this week? Xbox is asking. Let's see that daily chart. I mean, I think there could be at least another day after this one of downtrend. Look at the last time it fell like this. It had a big gap, and it continued down for quite a few days. So I'm not saying that has to happen because of that, but that's what I'm going to be looking for. Definitely going to be looking for that. Yeah, that's a pretty bad drop. Definitely a bad one. Great move lower there, Apple. Keep it up. There we go. Come on, Apple. Keep it up. I love this move. Great momentum there. Uh-oh. Why is Japan Airlines trending on Twitter? Something crashed or something? Oh, no. Wow. It crashed as it landed. I'm looking here for stock news on Twitter, and I'm like, damn. Let me see if I can pull this thing up for you guys. This is kind of nuts. While we wait for Apple to play out. Man, look at this thing. Look at it land. Holy shit. Great job by them to keep it, you know, to land it good, even though it was messed up. Wow. Everyone was evacuated, it looks like. Damn. Good thing everyone got off that thing. Wow. Very lucky. Very lucky. Let's see what's trending. Epstein client list. What, did the client list come out? I can't wait to see that. Alex Jones is trending. Oh, girl, oh boy. American Idiot. That makes sense. That's funny. Taiwan. Of course they are. Apple's trending at least. Yeah, it sucks by Apple. Getting downgraded. Kind of rough. Nothing too crazy on Twitter, though, about any news yet. I must be tired because I didn't even notice I put I and not how. Yeah. Sometimes when I read those, I read them wrong, Xbox, and then I'm like, oh, crap. Really appreciate everybody joining up, though, today. Make sure you smash that like button. At least just to make me happy. Smash it. At least just for that. But hey, good job by Apple. Continuing to hold well under 186, which is great. Good movement. Let's go. I'm hoping we can hit 185 even today. That'd be a nice touch. Apple hasn't been to these levels in so long. I gotta zoom out so far on these charts. I gotta go to like a 15-minute chart. Yeah, like 185 even would be a good first target. I hope we can get there. Got a good plan, though. I like this resistance overhead right around 186, so we have a stop loss area in mind, and just letting it go. Ooh, SPY and QQQ starting to maybe bounce back up off their lows a little bit. Hopefully they can get back under. I made 132 on Apple. Nice. I know it's not much, but yeah, I mean, hey, that's not bad, Xbox. Really, as long as you're catching a good move on the chart and you're firing it off correctly and, you know, you caught a good move that day, that's great, Xbox. It's actually like, if you make 132 a day, that's actually quite a bit a year. So let's calculate that out. Let's do 132 times 252 days. That's 33,000 a year just from trading, Xbox. That's not bad. If you could just make $132 a day. Well, that's before taxes. So really you're making like 25 or 22,000 or something like that, but you get the point. 26,000, 25,000, something around there. But and that's just from 132 a day. Like, let's say you make 200 a day. And this is trading days. You're looking at 50,000 a year. That's pretty damn good. But like you said, it's just, you gotta be consistent and do it every time. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, Jane. She goes, I can't even be green on a day anymore. Yeah, and that, you know, that's where, you know, trading and experience kind of comes in. Because, like, let's just say, imagine if you have, let's say you have like a fairly large account and you can just safely sell, like, you know, sell puts every single day and just like collect like $100 in premium a day. You're just making like that easy 20 to 30 grand a year, just collecting $100 a day in premium. just on cash secured puts and stuff. And I'm not saying you're going to be able to do $100 a day in premium. Like I said, that is for like much larger accounts generally, but you guys get the point. I know that feeling. Stop losses help. The rich would say if you're worried about the taxes, you're not ready. Yeah, I would say that too, Xbox. I would say that too. Oh, you might be... Oh, when I was doing the calculator, I was just saying, like, if... Because I accidentally said, like, you'd make 30 grand, but... You know, like, if you're giving a yearly, like, amount on stocks that you made... Like, let's say you make 50 grand on stocks this year. Like, you really only made, like, 30, 35 grand, because you're going to have to pay the tax on it. But, yeah, don't worry about the taxes, because you'll still be up, you know, in the long run, for sure. And don't forget to start those IRAs, boys and girls. Get those IRAs going out there. Tax-free after a certain age. I wouldn't do everything in an IRA, but hey, maxing it out isn't too bad every year. I think they're upping it to like, what, 7 grand in 2024 or something? It's not bad. Not too bad. Keep forgetting about this. How's JPM today? Still going. Nice. I was hoping they could start to get towards that high of last week and break it. They're trying. They are trying. But they're having issues. Trade SPX for less taxes. Yeah, that is one way. Sharani said, got out at 191 profit on Tesla sell calls. So you shorted some calls? Nice. That's good. DraftKings puts. Ooh. Got out at 191 profit on Tesla sell calls. I would do that, but all my capital gets tied up, so I'm betting the whole account on a ticker, maybe 2 max, so it's hard with the small account. I know it is hard, Jane. You just got to be more patient with it, you know. Getting into a ticker with your whole account sometimes isn't totally bad. Like if you're selling puts and you're running the wheel and you're doing it on companies that you really like, it's not too bad because usually you're adding in and it's just a longer term game. But I know what you're doing. I know what you're feeling, Jane. I know it. I'm with you. To sell without having already bought it sounds like a scam. Isn't that shorting though? Yeah, Xbox. That's just shorting. Like if you're gonna, you know, you could go to Tesla right now and just sell it to open if you wanted to. Now there are some fees and stuff associated with shorting. Like there's I believe a short interest or something that you're gonna have to pay. Like there's some stocks that are like like semi, like no, they're not guaranteed to go down, but on stocks that have like a pretty high probability of falling, it's usually really hard to short, and they'll up that fee a little bit. Like for example, on some stocks like Apple, the fee to short it might be like 0.1%, but like the fee to short like something like DWAC, like a wild stock like this fee might be like, you know, 10% or 7 or 5 or whatever it is, you know, but much higher than something like Apple, which probably won't fall down as much. Now it can, obviously, like we're seeing today, but just, you know, nothing like the percentages of some of these penny stocks or something. And sometimes the brokers will even run out of shares to short, and then you can't even short it anymore. Like sometimes like VXX, which generally just goes down with time, people try to short this and just ride the wave down, and that's good, but you're paying a high fee to short it. And then at the same time, you also have, well, yeah, I mean, essentially you're just paying such a high fee to short it, and they could run out of shares to short. If they run out of shares, then, well, you can't short it anymore because they're not offering that one. I'm not sure that they still do that. I haven't ran into that in a long time, but I have ran into that in the past where they ran out of shares trying to short stuff. I'm sure that that's still a thing. I just don't generally short stocks anymore like that. If I do short it, it's generally from like, you know, letting like a shorted call expire or something. Or something similar. Is this the correction? Is this a correction day? I don't, you know, a true correction, I think, has to be like, it's a move down of 10% or more, which we actually had a little correction in July. Ran all the way down till the end of October, down around over 10%. So we actually did see a correction last year. Today, I would say short term, like, if we just want to call it that, yeah, I'd say today's a nice correction day. I would actually say Friday was the start of the real correction move. But yeah, I think the SPY is getting way too high in the short term. We go look at that daily chart, and it's running up into the all-time high, right around 480. Now, can it break here? Yes. But guys, you're gonna hear a lot of perma bulls out there and just people who, they'll pretty much say that the market has to break all-time highs. Now look, anyone who says that something has to happen or that it's gonna happen for sure, they're wrong. You know, like you gotta have, you know, maybe say like, well, I think it's gonna happen with like 70% certainty or something, maybe, at least, you know, because there's always a chance of like a possible double top coming in, or, you know, like we're in an election year. Maybe we'll have that early year election pullback. You know, something like that. Like, so, you know, there's lots of ways to look at this. There's a lot of ways to look at the market. Just don't let the perma bulls, you know, get you too stuck into calls. Because, you know, if you guys were swinging calls like from last week, they're not going too well today. And, you know, I hate to say it, but none of the bulls that usually post all their gains are in there showing any of these losses that are coming in from these calls getting hit hard. So, you know, keep that in mind too, guys. Like, no one ever shows the losses out there, do they? You know, that's the one thing that these perma bulls won't be doing a lot over the next few months. I can tell you that. I eat perma bulls at meals. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind being bullish because the market is generally going up. But, man, I mean, you know, sometimes they just get silly, man. Like, Like, holy crap, like the SPY just ran up 15% and they're thinking it's just gonna do this same exact thing up to 30% or something. It's like, what the fuck are you thinking? Even the homeboy Tom Lee is out here saying stuff like, you know, he thinks that there could be some early year volatility or something, you know? Watch out for those FOMC minutes coming up tomorrow. That might be a good jolt for the market. Maybe we'll get some nice bullish activity if they talk more about cuts. That could be nice tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that. But yeah, remember all the guys that in Discord that were saying that they were like swinging calls into Monday and all that stuff? I mean, it, you know, it can't be doing too well today. I like being a bull because of stats. When they say probability of profit on selling a put, is that real? Yeah, Jane, that is definitely real. Like if you go on to Thinkorswim or whatever you're on right now, and you go look at the options chain, and you look at the puts that are shorted, or the put side, and you look at probability in the money, or probability out of the money. That's your probability to win. So probability out of the money is showing where market makers are looking right now. Like if I go look at Disney right now, I go to January 19th's chain, and I go down here, let's see. So like Disney, the probability out of the money is sitting like, you know, like you could go with like the 86 strike. The probability out of the money is 84%. That means that you have about an 84% chance to win on that one, Jane. Which is nice. The only problem with this is that, you know, your rate of return is a little low. I gotta say that. It's not because Disney's not very volatile. Like generally, if you have a stock that's like down quite a bit and you're selling puts on it, that's when you want to sell them, is generally when it's down quite a bit recently, because that's usually like when those put premiums go up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely your probability to win on those, and that's why they're so fun, Jane. Like Jane, I've had streaks before selling puts where like I've won like 25 in a row, you know. Now it might not be huge wins, it might be like only like 50 to 100 bucks per win there, but you're talking like 20 in a row of that or something, 25 in a row, you know. It's more even sometimes, seriously. But it takes a lot of time though. But there was one point during a market uptrend, like I think it was the 2020 uptrend, it was just nuts. For like 3 months, I don't think you could have lost if you shorted puts. Just because the way stocks recovered, it was like impossible to lose. I was looking at PayPal. Exactly, she said still better than red for the month. It really is, Jane, and that's one of the big that's the big thing. Like, it's better to take a small account and start doing the right things with it than it is to keep going super risky on stuff and end up red. It's a much better to just start letting that money accumulate and just letting that premiums build up and up and up. And then keep in mind, you should also, we all should be doing this, putting more money into our accounts every month. I'm adding like thousands into my accounts every month, guys, every single month, seriously. And it's like, as time goes forward, now the majority of that gets put into like good funds and stuff like that, even some like housing funds and stuff. But there's a good portion of that too that goes into the riskier stocks or individual companies and stuff like that. And you know, whenever you do that, you start really building that up as time goes, and it goes higher and higher and higher. Carla says, what do you work as, Tom? Well, honestly, I work as this, and I work as trading. Honestly, just these two things are it, Carlo. I don't add to my account because it has been dry for my business. I ain't got no job right now. Yeah, I feel you there, Jane. You know, sometimes it's better than other times, but you know what I'm saying, though. Generally, that's what we do. Should be doing anyways. You might be a little bit more content, Jane. I'm not sure, but you know, like somebody super young might be just out there hustling. Like, they gotta get that money, doing whatever they can. If, you know, if you're like that, cool. You know, not everyone is that way, but I know that, like, especially if you're really young, you should be trying to get as much in there as you can. What brokerage do you use? Sorry about that. I missed your question earlier. Sorry about that. I missed it twice now over that time. But I use Thinkorswim. I think Thinkorswim is the best one all around. I think that there are some better brokers out there. Like, if you were gonna go with somebody else as a broker, I would say like Interactive Brokers is good. They're awesome. TradeStation is awesome as well. Thinkorswim, like I said. E-Trade, I think, is good, but not the best, but still really good. My favorite thing with Thinkorswim is that it has really good customer support. The customer support, I could message them on here and get a response in 20 seconds if I had a problem. You're like, let's do it just for fun. Well, I don't really want to do it and just ask him something stupid. But I don't know what to ask him. We'll just act like I did it, though. Here's what it looks like, guys. This is what the support thing looks like right here. You just click create support request, and bam, you know, it comes right up, and you send them a message, and it works nice and easy, and they'll respond super, super quick. Usually within, like I said, like 10, 20 seconds. I don't want to waste their time, though, just asking something dumb, but... Have you tried Tasty Trade? Yeah, Tasty's good. It doesn't have, like... It's just not my favorite, but it's alright. But I use Thinkorswim, personally. That's the one I use, and I'll probably stick with that. I do use a few. Keep that in mind. I use Thinkorswim. I use TradeStation. I have an Interactive Brokers, but I haven't used it in a while. It might have gotten closed, actually, now that I've had a lot of them. I've had almost all of them, in reality, but... Tasty takes forever to deposit, and etc. Yeah, they are good, though, with if you're shorting a lot of calls and puts and, you know, running the wheel. They're great for that, because I think they have really good low margin, you know, compared to, like, Thinkorswim. Like, if you're going to short some puts, Thinkorswim will make you put up more capital than Tasty to short. Because Tasty will let you eat into margin a little bit more on that. So... Is Thinkorswim changed since it merged with Schwab? What do you all think of E-Trade? E-Trade's alright. I like their platform. It's pretty good. They have good customer support. They just are lacking a little bit, I'd say, compared to Thinkorswim on a couple things. But I honestly haven't looked at E-Trade in a while, but I hear they're pretty good. Yeah, I would say it's pretty comparable to Ameritrade for the most part. There might be a little bit... a few things missing here or there, but pretty comparable. Yeah, Jane, that's nice. Janes are the little leech. I like it. That's funny. Yeah, Apple does seem like it's curling back up now, running up into resistance. It got pretty low, 185.20, but coming right back. Gotta watch those stop losses now. Came right back up. Has Thinkorswim changed, though, since it merged with Schwab? No, it actually hasn't changed too much at all. A lot of people thought... I've heard a lot of people complaining about it since the merger. There might have been, like, one thing changed, which was, like, the login screen. Other than that, though, I mean, honestly, I haven't had one circumstance where something changed and it's like really pissed me off. The very first day, I think like maybe my alerts or something on Thinkorswim changed, or like when I switched to Schwab on the platform from TD, it I think took like my alerts and a couple things away, but for the most part, it all switched over and was pretty good. Oh, that's cool views. That's cool. Yeah, I hear Tasty's pretty good. If it's just a little annoying, but good if you're, you know, just placing the trades there and stuff. Yeah, no problem. What's your thoughts on Google to the downside? Ooh, I kind of like the setup. It looks pretty good intraday. Is there a little trend going on here or something? What is that? Yeah, it looks like it's kind of staying under that level. Watch that 136.50 support down here. Looks pretty good. Overall, not a bad day. A lot of consolidation on Google. I think it could fall lower. Right now, a lot of stocks are starting to pop back up slightly. So I would think Google might follow them up. So just keep that in mind here. But I think if we're patient and we like wait for a good entry on Google, like wait for it to hit and reject and then get in on a nice red candle or something, I think it'll be a good play down. But just be a little wary of that market. It's been kind of trying to hold this intraday support here. Trying anyways. Uh-oh. Selfie with a social security card. What? That's pretty wild, Mark. That is pretty wild. I don't think I would do that either. It might be worth it if you're selling a lot of puts, but if you're not selling puts, it's really not that much better or anything. I've heard it's only good because of the margin requirements, but AAPL getting better. Yeah, there we go. There's that rejection. Come on. All right, guys. Well, we're going to have to go ahead and cut the live stream here. I appreciate everybody sticking with me. Had a nice one today out to 10 o'clock, or at least Central Time, 11 o'clock Eastern. I am Central, if anyone was wondering. I'm from the St. Louis area. I don't mind saying that. Some people don't like people knowing where they are. Some people don't care too much. Hell, you know. People know where most people live, and I'm not too worried about that. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Orlando, Florida in the house. Nice. I wish I was there. That's awesome, Jose. Let's go. Man, you guys are awesome. Thanks for joining up today. We'll be live tomorrow and every single day this week before the market opens, so make sure you're joining back tomorrow if you're ready. Other than that, have a fantastic rest of your day, guys. I will talk to you in the Discord. Let's hope Neo can get its legs growing back, because, oh boy, the China stocks are taking a hit today. Taking a hit. President Xi's messing around with Taiwan again, so wow. Have a fantastic rest of your day, guys. I'll talk to you later. See you guys.